Hello, everyone. Our names are Michelle, Reda, Sapana, and Till, and we are going to present you the topic of face recognition, which is a subtopic of biometric artificial intelligence. We structured our presentation into the following topics, the table of content here. So first of all, we're going to give you an overview and tell you what facial recognition actually is. Then we're going over the history, the IT components, the costs, the benefits, the risks involved, the security threats, the future trends, and then at the end, you can take a look at our sources.
So a quick overview of what facial recognition is. It's a software that is used to analyze, map, and confirm the identity of a face in photographs or videos. It uses a computer algorithm to pick out details about a person's face, which is then converted into a mathematical representation, and then it is compared to other data collected in the facial recognition database. Facial recognition is considered one of the most successful applications of image analysis. Facial recognition has many different uses. Some examples of those are security, law enforcement, social media, and even on our own personal devices. Facial recognition was first introduced to us in the 1960s by Woody Bledsoe, Helen Chan Wolf, and Charles Spison. Although most of their work went undocumented, they came up with the concept of identifying specific landmarks on the face. They did this by using the RAND tablet, which allowed them to manually record the coordinate locations of the facial features. This would measure the coordinate locations of many facial features, including the eyes, nose, hairline, and mouth. After these were manually recorded, they were put into a database. When they received a new image of an individual, the tablet was able to retrieve an image from the database that closely resembled the image. They were limited to what they could do because of the lack in technology back then, but it was an important stepping stone for the future of facial recognition. This project was taken over by Goldstein, Harman, and Lusk in the 1970s. They added in 21 landmark features that included hair colors and lip thickness. These still had to be manually computed. Although it required a lot of labor, it had better accuracy than the RAND tablet. In the 1980s, Sirovich and Kirby integrated linear algebra into facial recognition. This became known as the Eigen face approach. This showed that feature analysis on a collection of facial images could form a set of basic features. It also showed that less than 100 values were required in order to accurately code a normalized face image. In 1991, Turk and Pentland carried on the work of Sirovich and Kirby. They discovered how to recognize a face within an image. This was the first instance of automatic face recognition. The Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency and the National Institute of Standards and Technology rolled out the Face Recognition Technology Program, which is also known as FARET. This involved creating a database of facial images. This database was updated in 2003 to include high-resolution 24-bit color versions of images. Included in this test were 2,413 still images that represented 856 people. This was another step closer in creating a powerful facial recognition technology. The National Institute of Standards and Technology began facial recognition tests in the early 2000s by building on what the FARET program built. This was meant to provide independent government evaluations of facial recognition systems that were commercially available as well as prototype technologies. This was supposed to provide both law enforcement agencies and the US government with the information that will determine the best way to deploy this technology. In 2006, the Face Recognition Grand Challenge was launched to promote and advance facial recognition technology. In this test, they evaluated the latest facial recognition algorithms. They used high-resolution face images 3D face scans, and iris images in this test. It concluded that the new algorithms were 10 times more accurate than the algorithms used in 2002, and 100 times more accurate than the algorithms used in 1995. In 2010, Facebook introduced the photo tagging feature. When someone tags a photo, it automatically recognizes the other people in the photo as long as they are a part of the friends list. This feature wasn't always accurate because if the photo was blurry or if it only featured the side of the face, then it wasn't able to recognize that person. So in order to make it more accurate, they started doing their own research, naming it DeepFace. The software employs a 9-layer neural net with over 120 million connection weights and was trained on 4 million images uploaded by Facebook users. They found that the accuracy of the system is 97.3%, which is still 0.28% less accurate than that of a human. And finally, by 2017, facial recognition technology had advanced so rapidly that it became a part of our everyday lives. At this point, iPhone users were able to unlock their phones using Face ID.
Next, we're going to talk about the IT components. So how does facial recognition actually work? There are 4 main parts involved. As you can see on the screen, the first part is capture a picture. The next one is the extraction, then comparison, and lastly, matching. Capturing. The first step is to capture any kind of picture, whether it is 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, or just a screenshot from a video or something. This picture will be fed into an algorithm. So the common rule, and this is actually very important, is the better the picture is, the more accurate the results are going to be, which I'm going to talk more about later. The second part is the extraction. The overall goal of this part is to transform the physical features of a face, of a picture, into a code. For that, a software is used. The most famous producers of those softwares are Deep Vision AI, SenseTime, or Amazon Rekognition. The software analyzes a lot of different features. Some of the most important ones are the distance between the eyes, the width of the nose, the depth of the eye socket, the shape of the cheekbone, and the length of the jawline. But it's not limited to that. There are way more than those that I just mentioned. This gives you a numerical code called faceprint. Comparison. The next very important IT component is the database. For example, the FBI has a massive database of just 117 million Americans and way more from international people as well. This database is actually growing every day and will be covering most of the Americans soon in the next years. The faceprint will be run through this database. Then the last step is the matching. If the numerical codes are very similar or even the same, the system calls a match. The accuracy depends highly on the quality of the picture, like I said earlier. For example, if you compare a picture like a mugshot or a passport picture or a photo ID with a clear picture, the results are over 99% accurate. But it also goes as low as just 30 to 40% accuracy. For example, if the pictures or the videos aren't great. For example, on surveillance cameras or tagged pictures on Facebook, like we mentioned earlier, or any videos where the face is not clearly visible. For example, also with glasses or other things in the face. So the bottom line, it is all about the quality of the picture and the size of the database.